Wow, what a day it's been. So in my last video, talked about these rain barrels and setting up a rain irrigation system. And I've spent most of the day today doing this, and so I figured I would show you how it all works. So basically, there's the roof of the house. We have 3 downspouts, 2 on the front, 1 here at the back, and it goes across the garage, comes down. I've got some flex piping here. I do have a strainer there, kind of jerry-rigged in. I'm going to probably end up doing that up a little better than what it is, but 3 55-gallon rain barrels, and of course right to the corner there is room for 2 more, which after reading online how much rain we get and how quickly these barrels fill, I could very well end up putting at least 1, maybe 2 more in there. So here's the irrigation system. On the very first barrel, I do have just a hose off the end there if we wanted to fill a bucket, to take a bucket somewhere. But then I've also got spigots on all 3 at the front here, and then just a little manifold put together here. There's an on-off ball switch. I didn't put them in between each one of them, which I kind of should have done, but who knows, maybe down the road I will. There's a second one, so if I do decide to put in a 3rd and or 4th barrel, I can just simply shut that off there and put the barrels in. The one thing I have not done yet, I was a little eager just to get this done, I was so happy that it worked. I do need to vent the top of these, and I also do need to do an overflow, so that if we get too much rain, these fill, they don't spill over and mess up the ground. There's an overflow, probably goes on the first one, but I will do that. So if we follow this, just see that, as I said in the last video, this is schedule 40 PVC pipe, 3/4 inch. And basically you can just see all the way down the fence line this goes, and I'll tell you why in a second. So we will just follow this down the fence. And I'll back up a little bit here. As you can see, it kind of keeps the same height from the rain barrels until you just get past this first planter, and you can see it kind of drops there. So as much as I am, or as much as I can, I'm using just the gravity to pull the water, and then in behind this one planter I have it come down into this little barrel, or this little tote bin, and here's where all the magic happens. This here is just a little pump I got off of eBay. $38, not an expensive pump, not a top of the line pump by any stretch. The biggest challenge was getting a 3/4 inch PVC pipe and an adapter down to 3/8, because the ends on these ends on the pump are only 3/8. Obviously some tubing there. I didn't even put on the clamps yet, but fortunately I haven't needed them. So just this on its own really wasn't doing anything, but once I added the pump, I was quite happy to see that it was actually pulling the water from the rain barrels, with a little help obviously. And then this is just the out of the hose, and that is just connected, and I've got it sitting over here with the flower beds, or vegetable beds. So the electricity for this is what is really something that I'm totally into and geeky. If you see there, I've got the 12-volt connection wired to some conduit which comes out the side. That conduit then goes underground all the way over to my shed. That conduit then goes up the wall of the shed to where I put in a junction box with just an on-off switch, and then that goes inside the shed here. And I'll take you inside the shed just to let you see. This is a little bit messy in here too. But that comes in off the wall there, down the wall, and across over to a fuse box that I've got. We are a little late in the day right now. It's almost 7:30 at night, so the sun has gone down. There's my solar charger. I'll do a video on this later. But they're only 14 volts of solar coming into the panel that I have on the shed here on the roof of the shed. But it's still kicking out some good wattage. And as you can see, I've got this all rigged up here, up above. That's just a meter to tell me what the current voltage is. I've got a couple fans running off 12 volt to keep these batteries as cool as possible. And so that's how that all runs inside here. So let me just go back outside. And over here, we'll flip this switch. Now that is a self-priming pump. Not overly loud at all. You can hear it once I turned it on there, but again, the flow on this, you're certainly not going to shoot for distance here. But this is pulling water from the rain barrel, and with this length of hose that we have, again, this is back to a 3/4 inch hose from a 3/8 inch pump. And this is the other thing that really impressed me when I was looking earlier today. Next to nothing on the drain of the battery. So we've gone from 12.3 to 12.2 running that pump, and you heard the fans on in here as well. So once I turn all that back off, let me shut this off again, and you just see the water stops. So that's going to be primed. The water's down to the pump for the next time I want to use it. Of course, the next time it rains, it'll fill up the rain barrels for me. So all of these veggies now, we don't need to use water from the main source in the house here. We can just use it from the rain barrels. And as I've shown before, there's the one single solar panel that we have, 230 watt panel. That's running down. I've got some excess cable there. I just mounted it onto the roof of the shed here about a week ago. So that's running inside, and that's what's charging the battery. Battery then is providing power here to the on-off switch. That goes down in through the conduit into the pump, giving it power and pulling water from the rain barrels. And so very, very pleased when this all came together today. Not gonna lie, it wasn't an easy day, but it was a highly, highly productive day. So hopefully you found this interesting. Something you can do if you have a little bit of time on your hands and you want to harvest your rainwater. That's it for now. Take care, and we'll see you next time.